Once upon a time, there was a man. A man who wanted nothing more than to play Pokemon competitively. But for many years he had failed to learn the ways. But now he has succeeded. Joined Draft League and has now faced his greatest challenge yet. Can he overcome these terrifying obstacles? Who knows? But let's join him on his journey and see how things turn out. And who knows? Maybe things will turn out better this time. Well, I have a problem. I am in way too many leagues, but I can't help myself. I just like drafting Pokemon. Bubby, what do you think I should do? Have any suggestions? There's a new league starting up. And you were in it last season? Oh, that one. Oh yeah, I remember that one. You made it all with the finals, didn't you? Huh. The power level's gonna be pretty high. But this could be my chance. Okay. Well, Bubby. Oh, Bubby! Ah! Tell me, what do you suggest I do team-wise? Repeat that? Are you sure? I mean, I don't hate the idea. But is that really a good idea? Alright, well, tell you what. You help me game plan. And we'll see where this goes. Capiche? Alright. Let's get started then. One drafting process later. Okay. I don't hate this. But are you sure? I mean, I think this is very interesting. I think this is a very interesting concept. And honestly, I see the vision. You're pretty good at this, aren't you? I might have to ask you for advice more often. Well. Not bad. Alright, well now. This is where I tell you guys watching that you must beware. For I am Zack Attack, and I always come back. Now, you must beware. For I am all powerful. And now... It's time to terrorize the league. I hope you're ready. For the battle has just begun. Greetings, Pokefans! Zack Attack here. And today, we're going to be going over the team that I drafted for the Muffins Division, Season 5. And oh boy, is it a team. And I'm actually very excited to go over this team. And there's been as I was drafting this team, I knew I had to cook for this draft because the power level was so high. All the coaches are very, very good. And so going into this process, I was like, okay, what Pokemon do I want to try out? And what Pokemon go along with those Pokemon? And it ended up kind of being a very diverse team. And I'm actually very excited. Very excited. We have a few returning Pokemon as well, which I think is going to be very helpful. And yeah, it's going to be a very fun season. Before we begin, I would like to shout out some of my people who helped me out with this process. First of all is Muffins, the commissioner for this league. Great guy, and thank you for allowing me to be into your league. The admin team in Maki and Crep met those two over in the PTL. They are phenomenal people, and I appreciate y'all allowing me in. And then my boy Zach Commander for letting me know that my front office guy let me know that this league was starting up and to get in it as fast as possible. So shout outs to you four. And we're going to go ahead and... Oh, this team is so good. I love this team so much. I might glaze it a lot during this video, but I mean, that's kind of my job. So, I'm very excited to talk about the team, and it's a very cool one. A lot of Pokemon that I've been wanting to try, so it can check a few Pokemon off the list. And I'm excited. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump into the draft. And oh my goodness, it's going to be fun. I hope y'all are excited for this season of Muffins, because I know I am. And yeah, I need to talk about all that. So let's go on, let's jump into the... let's go ahead and talk about the team. And let's jump to the draft. Yeah, so it's going to be a fun one. The first Pokemon that I drafted for this season is a Pokemon that I've actually been wanting to try for quite some time. And it's a Pokemon that if you guys remember, all the way back in ZDL Season 1, this Pokemon was on a team that won finals. And it caused me a lot of problems back in the day, because I didn't know how to deal with it. Now I do. And it's great. And I know I get to use this Pokemon. And it's Pokemon that I've had on my draft board since that league. And I haven't been able to land it. And now I'm finally able to get it on my team after so long. It's been insane, and I hate it. But now I have this Pokemon, and I'm happy now. So, let's go on ahead and let's jump into... And let me go ahead and show you our first Pokemon, and you'll understand why. So, our team captain for the Muffin season and our round 1 pick is going to be none other than... Now, normally, this is how I format my team builders. But I kind of want to go through this draft kind of quickly because all of my other draft videos have been like 52, like 50, like 45 minutes long, and that's just not gonna fly. So I'm just gonna do my draft, like I'm gonna do my team builders, and we'll see if that makes things go by any faster. Our first Pokemon that we drafted, and one that I really like, is going to be a Pokemon. Like I said, I've been wanting to try this thing for a while now, and now I finally get the chance to. First Pokemon is going to be Meowscarada. Now, Meowscarada is a very good Pokemon, very versatile, very fast, very strong. Flower Trick, good move, and I really like this Pokemon. This Pokemon is going to be a very good, strong Pokemon for the team. And I really like this Pokemon. This Pokemon, like I said, been wanting to use for a while, and don't ask how I change locations that fast. But don't worry about it. But really, I do like this strong Pokemon, and having this versatile Pokemon with Protean and with a good speed tier, very good, got good coverage, and really, it's just a strong Pokemon, just like in general. I know I'm repeating myself, but there's a lot of good things you can say about Meowscarada, and I'm very happy to finally be able to have it on my team, and it's going to be a very key piece to a lot of my success, and it's got the coverage just about to deal with just about any battle, and doesn't even need to be scarfed. It can be whatever item I need it to be for any particular battle. It's going to be a fun one to use. For sure, 100%. Next Pokemon on the list for my round 2, I decided to pick up my Dragon type early because, well, it's always a good strategy. And really, it's this Pokemon that I've picked up, I've actually used before in a previous season. One where I went 7-1, and the one loss was to the Meowscarada team, ironically enough. So, again, back in the day, I had no idea how to deal with that cat. But we got Kyurem, we got Mr. Freeze back for another round paired with Meowscarada, and very good combo. Kyurem being a strong dragon, being an ice type, very diverse mon, could be low dice Scale Shot with Dragon Dance, could be Scarf Stacks, Assault Vest, all very good items. And really, this is just a strong Pokemon that I really like having around, very good. And there's a lot of different ways you can run Kyurem. A lot of different ways you can run Kyurem. And I have done just about all of them. And that was only in like one season. And this was a Pokemon I brought to every game that season, along with my Uni and my Don fans. So yeah, it was great. And Uni got kill leader in that league. This Kyurem was number 2 on my team, just on my team, not 2 overall. Uni was 1 overall, and she was great. She's the bus. So, but yeah, having Kyurem back for another round, going back to Over-Reliable, definitely a good idea, and I cannot wait to use Kyurem again. And having strong coverage for Steel types and Earth Power, Fairies, and Flash Cannon, going to be very fun. Next up, we have a Pokemon that I've used before in a current season going on, where it can Terra in that league. Here it can't, but honestly it doesn't really need to, and provides me another strong special attacker and a fighting and a fairy resist. And then that Pokemon is going to be Iron Moth. And Iron Moth is a very good Pokemon. Paradox Pokemon, Quark Drive, Boosted Energy, you know the thing. Fiery Dance, being able to boost my special attack by 1 stage. And, maybe like 50% of the time. Strong Poison Stab. Speaking of poison, Grounded Poison, T-Spike Remover, very good. Also another Pokemon with really solid coverage. And another diverse Pokemon. You can see a lot of diversity in my first 3 picks. And it's a strong Pokemon to have around, a very good Pokemon, and I'm very excited to get to use this thing. And yeah, being able to have such a strong Pokemon, 3 strong Pokemon in the first 3 picks, Hello. Very good start to the draft. But this is where things take a turn now for my fourth pick, because I want to get my spinner. Then maybe a ground type. Great Tusk and Iron Treads, my first two choices were off the board. Donphan was still there. But I wanted to go a different route. But I've used Donphan already, and this Pokemon was around the same speed tier as Great Tusk, and still very strong Pokemon, and provides me the ground type as well as the steel. Excadrill. Now, Excadrill is a very cool Pokemon. Haven't gotten to use one yet, and all the Pokemon from here after are Pokemon that I haven't used yet. It's going to be very cool. Now, Excadrill is a very strong Pokemon. Being able to rapid spin away hazards, be a system up itself. Have a I don't think I'm ever going to run Manual Sand, so I don't know if Sand Rush or Sand Force are going to be of any use. But Mold Breaker is still a very good ability in the meantime, allowing you to bypass any Levitate Pokemon on the opponent's side. And I'm actually very excited about that. And being able to use this Pokemon is going to be a huge, huge blessing. And I cannot wait to use this Pokemon. And I'm hoping that this thing serves me well. It can even sweep in the late game if you give it the right, the right zone. And it's going to be a strong Pokemon for me to use. Problem is, though, that 3 of my 4 Pokemon now are weak to fighting. And Excadrill, not a bulky Pokemon at all. So we need to get some bulk up in this place. And our first bulky Pokemon, and our first Terra Captain, can't believe I waited in round 5 to get a Terra Captain, but you know what? Epic me ball. Anemaristarian. Now, Anemaristarian for my season is going to be Terra, Fairy, Steel, and Water. And at this point, it's like, why Anemaristarian? It's not that good. But with Terra, it saves it from being heavy-duty boots reliant. And if I didn't get my spin right before this pick, this thing probably wouldn't have been on my board. So being able to get a strong Terra Captain that is bulky, that isn't boots reliant, well, it is without Terra, and means this thing will now be able to thrive, and is a prime Pokemon for the Agility Weakness Policy tech. And it can also set up Calm Mind, it can Draining Kiss, it can Healing Wish. It has a lot of different things it can do. Very versatile Pokemon. Again, a lot of diversity on this team, a lot of roles filled already. Now, the turtle here isn't really as good as its incarnate form, or at least so they say. I am going to try to disprove that. And since this Pokemon can Terra, it's going to definitely help its case. Hopefully I can use this Pokemon correctly, and because I've used a Therian Pokemon before, that was Landorus. Landorus was a much different cookie, and being able to use this Pokemon effectively is going to be a test that I'm going to love to try the pass. But in the meantime, I need more bulk. So our next Pokemon is going to be the bulky water of the team, Vaporeon. Vaporeon is a very good Wish Passer, but it also gets the evil Acid Armor tech that I love, because Acid Armor is an evil move, if you remember way back when in the MDL low-tier league that I did, where Cryogon Acid Armor swept someone. And it was beautiful. And this team also gets Calm Mind, so if you don't have a phasing move, you ain't getting Vaporeon off the field. And I know Aqua Ring is kind of evil, and like no one runs it, but I am that kind of guy. I am evil, and I like to cook, and I like to be annoying. So Vaporeon is definitely a cool Pokemon, and I am super excited to be able to use this thing. Being able to have a bulky water on the team is very important for most teams, if not all of them. And Vaporeon is one of the cheaper, better options. So knocking this Pokemon, checking this box, is definitely a good one, and I cannot wait to use Vaporeon. Next Pokemon we have is a Pokemon, because I don't really have a fighting or a flying yet, at least not offensively. So let's go ahead and pick one up in Galarian Zapdos. Galarian Zapdos is a very strong candidate for MVP. No, I'm just kidding. But it's a very good Pokemon. So at this point, I got a lot of offense, but I don't have fighting and flying yet. So this allows me to get that. And also in the Pokemon that can pivot out, because I got U-turn on Meowscarada and Flip Turn on Vaporeon. And this gives me a secondary U-turn. So that's going to be very, very fun. And I like my momentum moves. So having this to be able to switch out, switch back in, and get the advantage and put my opponent on the back foot, very good. And Brave Brewing close combating is definitely going to be very fun. I'm not really one that, I don't really like using moves that like do recoil or stat drops, because that just makes me weaker. But if it means big hit, do damage, not spin out, I don't really care. And this is Draft League. I can't be too picky. So, I do have my Galarian Zapdos now. So we gotta move on to the next Pokemon. And this next Pokemon, is going to be the Fizzbolg of the team. I don't have an Intimidator yet, and Spikes and Talking Spikes on my team are kind of non-existent unless you unless you count Cat as a T-Spiker, which I don't. Unless I'm evil. Unless I'm gonna be evil, which I might be. I am that guy. But yeah, no, we got Hisuian and Quillfish for our next pick, and we didn't really have much Fizzbolg. Quillfish provides that with Intimidate and the Eviolite, and Special Bulk isn't anything to scoff at either, because of the Eviolite. And I don't really have a lot of hazards on my team, because Excadrill is a rocker, but it's not a true rocker. So I want something that can be like a true Spikes setter, like a true hazard setter. And Quillfish is exactly that. A true hazard setter. And I really like this thing. It can Flip Turn, it can Bar Barrage, Poison stuff. It's going to be a very fun Pokemon to use. And another Grounded Poison. So Toxic Spikes now are pretty hard to bring into me. And that's really good. And at this point in time, being able to be immune to a lot of these different hazards is going to be so helpful with the lack of removal that I currently have. But the next Pokemon that I've drafted is going to be the Bubby for the season. And Bubby, as we know, is the GOAT. And every time I do a Draft League season, I always try and get a Bubby, because the people that inspire me to Draft League in the first place is where Bubby originated from. So in their honor, I try to get a Bubby every season. And this Pokemon, and my second Terra Captain, is going to be that new Bubby, Oricorio. Now, Oricorio, in this league, I can get all 4 forms of Oricorio with just the one pick. So I have the Electric, the Fire, the Ghost, and the Psychic one, all in my grass with Terra, Flying, Ground, and Fairy. The one issue with Oricorio is that if its base is Revelation Dance. Revelation Dance is always the base type of the Oricorio. So if it's Electric Oricorio, it's going to be Electric, and so on and so forth. If it's Terra'd, then Revelation Dance is whatever the Terra type is. It's essentially a better Terra Blast. And that is always Stab no matter what. But if you Terra, you lose the advantage that the old Revelation Dance gave you to another Pokemon in exchange for... It's a weird exchange. It's an exchange I'm willing to make, though, to be clear. Otherwise, I wouldn't have drafted it. Probably would have taken, Venomoth or something. But to be completely clear here, I want to... this Pokemon is going to be very useful, because, yeah, even though Revelation Dance is going to be a little hard to master, as long as Oricorio is in the right situation, Terra Oricorio can win in just about any situation. So it's it's all going to be about finding the right time to use that Terra. And I believe I can find the right time to use that Terra. I wouldn't have drafted it otherwise. But I believe in Bubby. I believe in the GOAT. And my front office was kind of pushing me to make this thing like Uni 2.0, because like Electric Flying, Kilowattrol, Uni the Bus, that kind of thing. But there's only one true Uni, and I refuse to make another Pokemon Uni. So Oricorio will be Bubby, and Bubby will be the GOAT, and do what Bubby does best, being the GOAT. Next up, we have Leavanny. And the reason why we have Leavanny here is because I was originally taking Mousehold, but I miscounted my points. I only had 5 left, and the 5-point spinners were not that good. So I decided to break my 5 points into 2 Pokemon. One for Webs, one for Spin. And Leavanny is that Pokemon for Webs. Now, Webs for my team, very good, because my team, very fast. And Leavanny, Gen 5 Pokemon. Me, Gen 5 Baby. That, very good. But Leavanny's typing is not that great, so since it's not a Terramon, it is kind of hot poo-poo garbage. But even still, I can make use of that. You know, Focus Sash, send it in, Quick Web, die. But like, as long as it gets the webs up and the spinner is gone, or there's no spin at all, we're golden. And really, all I really care about is getting those webs up and keeping them up. And I can do that because Ghost Oricorio is a spin blocker. So even though I don't really have a true Ghost or like a true spin blocker, my team is very diverse. My team can do just about everything I need. My team can do just about everything I need it to do for a given situation. It's just a matter of when do I bring it for that situation, because my teams are diverse. Maybe a little too diverse. But hey, who let them cook? The last Pokemon I have for my spin is Komala, my 3-pointer, and I was either this or Morpeko, but I didn't want another Dark. Dark is like the one type that you can spam that's like no one would care if you drafted all Dark types. Like, Dark is very spammable. But like, I'm already as fighting weak as it is, and I don't want to be extra fighting weak. And even though Aura Wheel is fun, and Morpeko gives me fast electric, I don't really want to rely on Aura Wheel being, like, because it'll flip back between electric and dark, and I didn't really want to mess with that mechanic. But if Kamala doesn't work out, there's always Morpeko. Unless someone picks it up, which I think someone should, because there are a lot of teams out there that need removal. Morpeko, fast electric, good removal. But even still, I like Komala here. Its ability Comatose prevents it from, like, status moves. So, I'm always going to be able to move. And I've seen this thing do work. Like, I fought Komala one time way back when, and that thing, it took out my Curum. Like, this thing can do, like, big damage. Like Assault Vest, like, it shut down, like, my Dragapult in that league. Or at least that's what it was designed to do, but that was with Terra. My Komala can't Terra, it's mainly just here for spin, but if I need it to, it's got a few different things it can do. So, it's not, like, a bad Pokemon. Like, I can definitely utilize this to my advantage. And it might be a little koala bear, but don't let that fool you. This thing can cook through damage. And spin. And ruin your happiness. So, don't let it do that, please. So, that's going to be it for the draft. I know I talked kind of fast, but that was so that way, like, because, like, people don't, because, like, I wanted to, like, make this one faster than normally, because, like, a lot of times, like, it takes me, like, 50 minutes to do one of these. So I wanted to make this one kind of fast, and I'm sorry that I had to change locations. It's really not that big of a deal. But really, I'm okay with being able to do this battle, like do this league. And I'm actually very happy to be in this league. I just didn't want to spend 50 minutes yapping about my team, repeating myself, and, you know, people grilling me in the comment section. But what I would be very happy if you did was subscribe to the channel, because after all, if you like P content and you like cookery, then that's, you know, then you've come to the right place. All of the battles will be here on the channel. The team builders will always be in descriptions of battles, and all the battles will be here on the channel on a playlist and things like that. If you want to go back through and watch my previous seasons or ongoing ones currently. And I'm excited to do this league as well. And I'm very happy to be here. And it's going to be a fun season. Now, a little bit about the team is that people have already done like tier lists and rankings. And my team was ranked second out of like the 16 coaches that are in the league, which I think is incredible. I didn't realize that people glazed my team as much as I did. Holy crap. But yeah, I'm very happy. And guess who the person before in front of me was? Guess who the number one person was? The person who picked Great Tusk and my week 1 opponent. So, yeah. My worst matchup in the first week. Who would have guessed? But, so, yeah, not great for me. I am scared, but, I'll make it work. I'll cook. I always cook. You guys know me. I always cook. So, expect me to be in the kitchen, later. And hopefully by the time, because as of recording this, we haven't scheduled yet. By the time you're seeing it, hopefully we have scheduled, and the game might even be being played. So, hopefully things are good and swell. And make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, like the video, and subscribe to my main channel, because this is my draft channel. My main channel is where all the good stuff is. If you want that stuff, you can find that link in the description below, and make sure you subscribe there. And sometimes I will stream a draft battle on my main channel. So if you wanna make it there, if you want to be there for it, you know where to find me. So I will see you all in the battles for the Muffins League, and hopefully I don't get destroyed by the Great Tusk, the Yakuza Speed Darkrai combo, because that is more terrifying than my first 3 picks. And I will see you all in the battles, and make sure that you guys stay goated, and I will as well. I am your coach of the Pittsburgh Steelixers. My name is Zach Attack, and I will see you all on the flip side. Peace! And one more thing before I go that you all need to remember is that the darkness is better than the light!